Failure.
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 Failure. Failure.
Every day that brings us closer to November, every day that man remains free is one more failure, failure, failure. 347 days, gentlemen. 347 failures!
I'm trying to explain something to you. I'm trying to give you what you
No,
wanted.
you're not. You are a drunk, and you're a failure, and you're a failure, and you're a failure, and I need you to get out of my car right now so that I can go home and be by myself and grieve.
According to your contract, the failure of this contraption constitutes fraud.
Failure to fire.
I know, failure to fire, and I pull the trigger.
Raggedy mind, fracturing from lack of sleep, anxiety, weakness, failure.
Total system failure. That's what we're looking at.
It's a system failure.
You sad little failure.
Nonsense! You finally made me see the truth. What an utter failure I am as a villain. Thanks, Poe.
It's me, Dad. I'm a failure.
Hey, just because you didn't get into one school does not make you a failure.
Black box.
In the event of a catastrophic failure, she passes all her data to the nearest satellite.
I see my sons. I see my failure.
I love you.
Tell me, what does one do after such a spectacular public failure?
Of influential politicians, scientists, captains of industry, failures, such as yourself, are just the exception.
And what exactly makes me such a failure?
Generous.
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 Generous. Generous.
Thank you for being so generous, and for offering to help us make more money to accomplish our dream.
Generous and loving.
Oh, sorry, yes. Generous and loving. Generous and loving. Generous and loving. Now.
Apparently, we're in competition with one other family. A generous donation will ensure our kids beat them out.
How generous. Generous.
15,000.
Brand new. Limited edition. A little anniversary present from my husband.
He's very generous.
I think her offer to be our surrogate was very generous.
Generous?
All she said was he was every woman's fairy tale. Rich, handsome, and generous.
Well, that's very generous of you, Mr. Vaughn.
Accurate.
Tommy's been working very hard on that. It's very generous of you, Oliver.
It's truly not.
But with the generous donations you people are making tonight, we will come back from this tragedy.
You have failed this city, Mr. Mayor.
He's always been good that way. Your father's always been generous.
It's road.
No, Claire, don't be. It was generous and thoughtful, just like you.
Please?
Oh, no, I got this.
Oh, funny and generous. If my husband were more like you, maybe I'd still be married.
Wow, that's really generous of you, Jim. Thank you.
I don't want to exaggerate. She's been very generous in many ways. Generous.
Induce.
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 Induce. Induce.
Let's figure out how to induce.
I will ask the internet right now.
We can induce temporary paralysis.
He's in an induced coma. They shot him and left him on the street.
If our previous method was to induce memory by asking, can you recall?
Same way you crop dust a field. Breathing it induces a combination of extreme anger.
Induce flavor. Scare the child out.
Bingo, got an induced pulse.
7.
I was thinking that if Bivolo uses color to induce the temporary psychosis, maybe we machine on again.
It induces theta brainwave frequencies, too.
There's the central nervous system. Induces immediate catatonia with the slightest whisper.
I was taking nitroglycerine for a heart condition induced by that helo crash trauma that he suffered last year.
Compensation.
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 Hey! I'm here to claim my free pie, which will be free and requiring no compensation. Compensation! Compensation!
He says it's used in civil law to calculate victim compensation. Compensation. Compensation.
Paige, he's having Ari and I over tonight to discuss compensation. Compensation. Compensation.
BP's compensation fund has made a final settlement payment to 1 out of 91,000 people waiting for checks.
He hired us to steal the drive. So I'm gonna go ahead and call Kevin's murder a breach of contract and take the diamonds as compensation.
This is for you. 20 guineas. As compensation for the loss of his services.
I wanted to unearth his body. I need to examine it. And my compensation? Well, that depends how fresh the corpse is.
The murders have sparked a growing controversy over the way companies like Aceway calculate victims' compensation.
I'm from considerable wealth. In exchange for a little kindness, I can offer tremendous compensation.
Seen anything like it? I have. And usually these encounters come with better financial compensation.
Nobody needs a bed this big. I mean, my whole apartment could fit into this bed frame. It's overcompensation. It's absurd.
And you make your own hours, come and go as you like. Compensation, would $220 a year work for you?
Vain.
Vain. Vain.
Vain.
Win.
Will be the last American soldier to die in that conflict in vain, in vain, in vain.
You must go. You must go. Your journey cannot have been in vain, in vain, in vain.
You have to take too long in London.
By then, we'll be safely out of the harbor. Smith and Bertram didn't die in vain, in vain, in vain. They showed us we can make our escape through the old canal.
If you don't know that by now, then I sure as hell wouldn't take the Lord's name in vain just to prove it to you.
Horrors you and I have endured cannot be in vain.
Ruffians in ski masks, they grabbed him and threw him in the back. I fought with all of my strength, but it was in vain.
So the sacrifices they made were not made in vain.
The truth is, Lady Grantham, I am not a vain man. I do not consider myself a very interesting person.
Use his last dying breath to warn us. I will not let that be in vain. This won't be in vain. We will get back to Storybrooke. We will defeat.
Where they gave their lives. We'll make sure they didn't die in vain.
It is too late.
Are you supposed to take the Lord's name in vain like that?
Likely.
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 Next, Master Shifu.
Since Keepa is most likely on his way to free the other demons, we have
Hang
to...
on. Messenger? Like a humble messenger?
Yes, most likely a goat. Most likely a goat. Most likely a goat.
It's not just possible, it's very likely. Very likely. Very likely.
Some people behave strangely. The UN Health Agency is not likely to recommend official travel restrictions.
Wreak havoc? You're quite right. They're far more likely to wreak havoc right here on us.
What if amateurs try it?
Probably kill him. Is that likely?
No.
You know, I want more numbers than I'm likely to get.
Most likely. Yet we found no trace of Juliana.
She's likely been chained to the radiator, hence the burn.
Leak that voicemail to the press.
It's unlikely that he would lie about that, given the nature of the other things that he confessed to. I'm still of the opinion that Iris is being framed, which makes the killer the most likely leaker of the message. And so, I've commenced scrubbing of the voicemail.
Thief becomes a killer.
A killer who gains access to the museum through the gala.
That's not likely.
Makes her look weak. We're thinking the most likely scenario is that it was the last guy that she was with.
It was.
I could feel your fear and panic, emotions that likely would have gotten us killed in that state.
You kept me buried down. You kept me from her.
Which is likely why she's still alive.
Around.
Around. Around. Around.
Around.
Oh, would you show me around the village? Show me around the village? Show me around the village?
Yes, I would love to show you around. Come on!
There's only one way to find out. We should go to that lab and look around, and look around, and look around.
FBI, hands up! Don't move! Turn around! Hands behind your back. Thumbs up.
We got scooters, we were just driving around, we were meeting people, and...
But practical mom is raising 2 kids on her own, and if she wasn't around most of the time, we'd be living in a box under a bridge.
I know you were worried about me, okay? But you don't need to be. Not anymore.
I need you to turn it around.
Don't turn around.
You remember that part where Marlon Brando's playing hide and seek with his grandson in the garden, and he has a heart attack right there, and the kid thinks he's still playing around.
Guess not. My name's Karai.
Huh?
See you around.
Got him, go around. Go.
Basically, 2-legged sharks. Easy with them.
Do they hunt around here?
No, not usually. But Riley, step out. Sheriff wants a word with you. What are you standing around for?
I attract more women than a Labrador puppy. I have more chicks than a poultry ranch. I got so many girls around me, my nickname is Shoe Sale.
Collide.
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 Collide. Collide.
Weights in the octagon today will collide, will collide, will collide. Joe Rogan, my partner, that is a great fight.
The winds descend cold and heavy from the polar regions and collide with the hot light air of the equator.
Peace! With pleasure. Your final hour of peace. You see, I've redirected a meteor to collide with Earth.
Come on, they're really funny. They're not meant to be funny, they're meant to be normal.
Baby, it's a wedding, okay? Worlds collide.
The result of a brain injury sustained when he collided with Vladimir Markov's boat.
Like they're fixing to collide, you know what I mean, Jimmy?
6 years ago, your youth group collided with mine.
I would make sure that we'd collide, you know? I could come in, I could hang out with you. Uh-oh. What happens when worlds collide? Boom.
Okay, guys. Right?
You know there's been a 100% increase in earthquakes since they turned on the Large Hadron Collider.
So, if I don't run fast enough to collide with the particle, then I'm dust.
Mayday, mayday, this is Squad 3 to Maine. Truck 81, Truck 66 have collided on the corner of 24th and Wabash.
Succeed.
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 Yeah. What basis does he have? If my actions are calculated to help me succeed, then why shouldn't I perform them? Or you don't. You succeed, you succeed, you succeed, or you fail. The choice.
He wants us dead. You need us to succeed. You need us to succeed. You need us to succeed.
Like that, I will get laid, I'll get a better job, I'll succeed forward in the life.
I don't think that's what...
Any TV show with before and afters will succeed.
Before you said that? After you said that?
I want to pause to consider the beauty of this moment. We're about to succeed where the combined wits of a dozen or so federal agencies have failed.
Working against her, she will kill us before we know it. It is imperative that we succeed. We need her heart.
But not to worry, nephew. I trust you will succeed.
My plan will require an act of you, Mr. McGraw. If it is to succeed,
Does it succeed?
We made no such agreements.
Why are you doing this?
Because I want to succeed.
What makes you think I'm gonna fail?
Well, how could you not?
Put the spirit down.
But you are here to question my resolve. But you won't succeed.
Yeah. I want you to succeed, Dawson. I want to see that. I really do.
Receive.
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 That's why I brought you here. So you can receive it. Receive it. Receive it.
He sincerely believed that it was better to give than to receive. Receive. Receive.
No, Kate.
You gotta give before you can receive. Before you can receive. Before you can receive.
Are they transmitting?
Well, they could be, but it wouldn't do them any good. There's no satellite to receive the transmission.
For what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us truly grateful. Amen.
Excuse me. Hello?
Ask and you shall receive.
A bakery! I received this coupon for free plum pie.
Well, mostly it's just us. Why?
Did you receive a package in the mail last week, Mrs. Isaacson?
Well, I receive packages all the time.
When you killed him, we considered the matter settled. But then we received word from a reliable source that Merlin faked his demise.
I asked Laurel to make a deal. I turned myself in, and all of you receive full immunity.
If he lives long enough to receive medical treatment.
Are you sure you don't want to get married in Beverly Hills? It will affect the quality of gifts we receive.
On. Why do we need to send Henry back to that fiery inferno with no one there to receive our message?
You shall receive no money for the flower, and you will apologize to Ava.
Accessory.
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 And to show up and ask me to trust you with information that makes me an accessory to murder?
What do I need this for?
Oh, it comes with an accessory. An accessory. An accessory.
The police came and took him down to the tombs. As an accessory, as an accessory, as an accessory. Bill 2.
You are gonna blow my fucking cover.
Yeah, sunglasses are not a cover. They're an accessory.
Get out of here.
Oh, you think? Dad, fuck you.
Hey, I told you not to go near him.
You come into my home and you treat me like I'm an accessory.
All right. Sam? Sam!
You will be an accessory to murder.
If you'll notice, Agent Burke, I've added a little fashion accessory of my own to our model friend here.
If you figure out how to get the anklet off.
I'm not wearing this as a fashion accessory.
Nearly 6 years and over 100 million went into the design of this little accessory.
What did you do?
If I told you that, you'd be an accessory to my so-called crimes.
Add it to my list.
Won't be long before we catch up with Angie McAllister, and when we do, we'll charge her as an accessory to your crimes, seeing as she's been so helpful to you.
Cheat.
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 I steal, cheat. In this case.
Hey, I saw that you cheated.
Hey, guys.
But a cheat is a cheat. But a cheat is a cheat. But a cheat is a cheat. And when he had other women, I just flipped out, you know.
I understand, but obviously I would never knowingly cheat on you.
And Enda, what happened here?
They're probably cheating.
Your mother cheated. That's why you look like a plumber. Zip it!
Don't cheat on your lady, man. You live in a country that only has 8 people in it.
I use the system that's provided. Now, the fact that I do not cheat the system. I use the system. If there's a loophole and I go through the loophole.
And I didn't cheat. I didn't go to hookers. I watched a little porn, but who doesn't?
Mom, you cheated again. I'm not cheating. Mind your business.
I don't cheat on my wife, old friend.
Well, that's not what I heard.
I told you about that.
Oh, to cheat on such a nice boy.
That's cheating.
Only if you get caught.
I think it's cheating either way.
Point is, you win.
Character. Character.
Character.
Character. Character.
She's old enough to exhibit a little character. Character. But I guess that's something you normally learn from your parents.
That's a shot.
How does it look? It gives your face character. It's character. It's character.
It shows these characters for a reason. It shows these women for a reason. The real one being the comic book character.
Comic book characters aren't real, okay? I mean the guy who assumed the persona of the comic book character.
And who's that?
No one knows.
You know, for someone who kills off all his characters, you have a strange, stubborn streak of optimism in you.
It would all come back to Edmund's character, why he became a Santa in the first place.
Turns out it's a...
Trying to determine how much my character could figure out just from that number. I'm wondering if my character's police buddies might have any resources.
If not the best judge of character.
Is everything okay?
I took it from my favorite historical character and my second favorite Szechuan restaurant in Brooklyn.
You know, I'm usually a pretty good judge of character, but I'm gonna admit, I read you all wrong.
Tendency. 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 Tendency.
Tendency.
Unfortunately, that doesn't always mean a good one. Yeah, he has a tendency to step out on his wife. He books himself a room, and we don't know about it.
Well, in my life, I have a tendency to make very, very...
But the fact that I could think that they would, it reminded me that I have this tendency to expect the worst of people.
But he never seemed to show much interest in that. He stayed busy all the time and was working.
He had a tendency to hold on to another man's hand just a touch too long after shaking it.
Do things.
Clark, when people are scared, they have a tendency to hop on a bandwagon before they see who's driving it.
What you thought?
Well, the Sheikh's English has a certain tendency towards the mystical, don't you think?
Early language of his infant son. He observed, man has an instinctive tendency to speak as we see in the babble of young children.
No sleep, no food.
We'll make Sherlock a dull boy.
People in recovery have a tendency to relapse when they haven't eaten. They take 10 years.
They screen for disease for the tendency to inflict injury during the live cover.
Could you please get the car for me? No offense, Mr. Queen, but I've been filled in on your tendency to slip the leash. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer keeping you in my sights at all times.
You're just a ray of sunshine today, aren't you, Dad?
Please forgive me. Talking about my wife has a tendency to make me a little bit maudlin.
Pain at certain levels has a tendency to cause us to black out, and that can be incredibly frustrating.
Ironic.
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 Ironic. Ironic.
I'll send you to the chair.
You think that's ironic? You think that's ironic? You think that's ironic?
That'd be justice.
Stepdads, and a few more of them, and you could form a jury, which is ironic, because most of them are in jail.
Ironical. Our ancestors used it to destroy the world. We're good.
Ironic, I suppose. It's ironic it took 2 heart attacks for her to retire.
Shirt, insulin pump on your belt, made a few calls. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? Diabetic, working for a company that makes bad sugar.
To someone about, death. Ironic, right?
Your friendships continue to present a nuisance.
Turns out an ironic bachelorette party requires just as much back and forth as a real one. I'm just going to turn it on silent.
It's ironic, isn't it? It's ironic, isn't it?
He moves fast, doesn't he?
It's ironic, really, since you're the one we call Speedy.
Called. This arrangement, it saved your life.
Well, that's ironic.
I saw Black create duplicates from his own body.
That's pretty ironic. The guy specialized in cloning, and now he can make Xeroxes of himself.
Minor. 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 Minor.
Minor.
No, he was a minor player. Minor player.
First, you created a $10,000 monstrosity with Lisa, and now you've poured millions into what was supposed to be a minor diversion. A minor diversion. A minor diversion.
The eyes are often a minor problem because they usually want to stay open.
I don't intend to.
You'll do something minor on the fraud.
You're lucky you didn't get 20 years for seducing a minor.
Anyone threatening him or speaking to a man.
Anything about the bride or the groom, anybody threatening anyone, anything causing him any trouble, even something minor.
To get in with Green's organization, Ben was authorized to commit minor crimes to play the role of a criminal. Into the burning house in an attempt to rescue the Majestic Cross. Now, those members are being treated at a nearby hospital for minor burns and smoke inhalation.
Is he gonna be okay?
He's fine. Minor heart attack. Not good for the ticker eating that much butter.
Do you have children?
No.
Did you ever commit a minor traffic violation?
Yes.
Here she comes. Apart from a DWI and a minor drug charge, they check out. But until we know for sure, everyone's a terrorist.
What's wrong with Susan Reed? And then he put it online for everyone to see. That's enticing a minor and making and distributing child porn.
Upper.
Upper. Upper.
Upper. Upper.
That could put us in the low end of upper middle ground fun, upper middle ground fun, upper middle ground fun.
Okay.
Excellent. Upper Head District Chief Superior Superintendent Chang will be most impressed.
We have the upper hand. We have the upper hand. We have the upper hand. Whatever Coulson's endgame is, doesn't matter.
I shave my arms and wax my upper lip, okay?
Fernando.
Hey.
I don't see anything.
Upper middle. It's faint. There's a word in the water.
After he called me, he suggested we get dinner.
Uh-huh. Where'd you go?
This really incredible joint on the Upper West Side.
Jackson Hole.
Captain, well, you're awfully quiet. I laid down suppressive fire to cover the upper floor.
We're on level 2, the dorm's on 5. There's a camera in the upper right-hand corner. Keep your head down.
So, are these the kind of upper management skills they teach you in D.C.?
Danny! Yes, Chief. Get a little smoky out here, buddy. Clearing the upper level.
CFI. It's a hedge fund run by Ian Dybeck.
Ivy League, Upper West Side, or Tulsa clubs that don't allow women.
Today, oh.
Well, what's hurting on you?
It's this area between my lower back and upper thigh.
Sounds like your fanny.
It's my fanny.
Oh, you always did know how to infuriate a girl, didn't you? Well, enjoy the upper hand while it's still on your wrist.
Territory.
Territory.
Territory. Territory.
Territory.
In the loop, I'm gonna order a Mason and Hamlin melodeon.
You'll have the only melodeon in the territory. Territory.
Where are we?
Hell, you boys is in occupied territory. Occupied territory. You're 40 miles behind enemy lines.
The culpers had to travel with the Long Island Sound from British to American territory, to American territory, to American territory.
Sounds dangerous.
No, Portia. No. You're a second reader on my territory this season.
Yes, I know.
Yes. We seized territory in China, but did not Great Britain. Even Portugal preceded us.
She's like a living nightmare. I can't believe he used to be friends with her. Look, she's probably gonna pee on him just to mark her territory.
All right. All I know is this, man. Serge ran on Omar's territory, all right? Now, I mean, he got mad, okay?
They put me through their own brand of special ops training, and then they dropped me in the middle of Taliban territory, posing as an aid worker with Shia sympathies.
It makes sense that we could carve up the northern papal territory between us.
Whole new territory.
You can handle that?
I've got it under control.
How can you stay here after the way she treats you?
She can be tough. But it comes with the territory, right?
The bachelor party is strictly best man territory.
Coverage. Coverage.
Coverage.
Coverage.
Coverage.
Sir, the outside of the building has 100% coverage. 100% coverage. 100% coverage.
Too many. I don't like it. Call off the op. We don't have the coverage. The coverage. The coverage.
And rising. Blood pressure, 180/120. Blister coverage now 75%. Blister coverage now 75%. Blister coverage now 75%. Standard treatment isn't working.
Last 2 procedures were not covered by insurance.
What do you mean I have extended coverage?
How did you manage that then?
We appropriate a small percentage of the population at 2,000 or so penetration points across the planet. This ensures maximum coverage.
Tell them the best part.
Best part? I got a tract of land with a coverage hole right in between the FAA and the BP's radar detection.
47.
Didn't get much from hotel security video. Coverage is sketchy, and there are no cameras in the hallway outside Justin's room where people hang out.
And what about street cams?
Coverage is spotty. We'll get really lucky if we get a hit.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
We're about to lose traffic cam coverage in about 2 seconds. He's gone.
If he spins this right, gets national coverage.
National coverage, it's a joke.
And you will be the butt of it.
The coverage has been mostly positive so far.
Dunbar's office.
You won't get cell coverage? We're in the middle of nowhere.
Pants.
Pants. Pants. Pants.
Pants.
Excuse me. I need a new pair of pants. Pants. Pants.
You know, instead of trying to force me to wear a dress, why don't you worry about getting Luke to wear some pants? Pants. Pants.
Don't shit your pants next time. The dressing room's over there. Clean up or whatever.
Ah, now it's gonna look like I pissed in my pants. God damn it.
It is not nice to throw people!
Whoa, feisty pants. Okay, relax. Just calm down. Calm down.
Pam, I'm handing out ultimatums. Please keep it in your pants.
Suck it.
Oh my God, is that guy naked? You better be wearing pants. You better be wearing pants, pal.
How'd you know that I went to Harvard? He was talking to me, fancy pants.
What exactly? The excrement currently filling my pants.
2 grounders dead.
Pure animal instinct. More like pure pants wetting panic.
All right, those with pants on, please take out your wallets and make a deposit.
The pants will be a bit long.
Executive. Executive.
Executive.
Executive.
Executive.
This is Jerry Conway, your executive assistant, your executive assistant, your executive assistant. And I wanted to know if you'd like him to get you a coffee. Or are you just anti-latte in general?
Executive assistant?
Particularly the area that controls executive function. Executive function. Executive function.
By executive order, by executive order, by executive order, I have created a special task force to neutralize these alien threats on our soil.
Where's my cheeseburger?
Well, I made an executive decision. Japanese.
Man, this working for a living sure is a lot of work. Yeah, I think I'm more cut out for executive work.
You are the executive assistant to the deputy director of the FBI.
Yes, I do. Not my old job in the IT department, but my new job as your executive assistant.
Own in on their own.
Why does she have to sell it here?
It's a corporate executive in town.
Hunter did a good job distracting Gabriel Soto's executive assistant.
We can't simply walk in there and start shooting. We need an executive order from Ryson.
Wherever.
Wherever. Wherever.
Wherever.
Wherever.
Wherever you found this, you put it back.
When I give you the opportunity, go.
How long are you here for?
A few weeks.
Then what?
Then it's off to wherever they want to send me next.
Come out, wherever you are.
That's good. Keep it light.
I know you're in here. I'm gonna find you.
Vicious. Get in.
Where are we going?
Go wherever you all want.
I'd be delighted to take you wherever you'd like.
I'd like to go home.
I say we vote on it.
No.
This isn't the big game, Mr. Quarterback. He can go wherever he wants.
No.
You, sir, to take a seat.
But where would you have me sit?
Wherever you wish.
I want 3 of them to be exact, and I have someone you want. Go ahead, say hello.
Drive away, wherever you are.
Dad, put him back on the phone.
Well, we catch the lies wherever they come from.
It's gonna be here in an hour, so are you cool if he just sets up camp?
Yep, he can set it wherever he wants. I don't care.
Vinci and the boy. You will accompany Da Vinci wherever he goes.
This is toilets, all that. For now, wherever it says Donnie, you write in your name.
Extinction.
Extinction.
Extinction. Extinction.
Extinction.
But they need to colonize another planet before they breed themselves into extinction.
One of the last of them, the Atlantic bluefin tuna, is on the verge of extinction.
Sure, there's a bit of a risk.
I would hardly refer to possibly causing an extinction level event as a bit of a risk.
It was Ronald Reagan who said that freedom is always just one generation away from extinction.
Must act quickly to prevent extinction level event.
It's alien.
While Simmons and I were undercover at Hydra, Whitehall was looking to create an extinction level event to kill millions of people. We have to assume that this weapon has the potential to do that.
Gabriel's responsible for pushing the human race to the brink of extinction. Helena will never side with him.
I'm saving his entire species from extinction.
My angels had come to wipe out the planet. It was meant to be an extinction event. But oh no.
We had to defend them or risk extinction ourselves.
Resistance will only ensure the extinction of your species.
The deal's off. The way forward. This is not evolution. This is genocide. It's extinction. Just stay with Please me. Listen to me.
Solar. Solar. Solar.
Solar.
Solar.
To the ice!
Oh, whoops, sorry. Yeah, it's solar powered. Solar powered. Solar powered. Bit finicky.
Garage activated. Vehicle charging. Solar panels activated. Solar panels activated. Solar panels activated.
Going on out there. Okay, it could be solar flares disrupting the entire grid.
Dodie, the cable is out. It doesn't mean it's the end times.
Is how we get past the machine's defenses.
Well, we take out the solar field, deprive it of its power, and possibly slow it down.
These solar arrays combined will allow us to produce 34 megawatts of power.
Just so you know, I think I'm coming down to get your solar panel thing. Why?
Not a planet, the planet. The biggest and most beautiful planet in our solar system.
What station are you from?
Solar flare alert. An X-class solar flare has begun on the starboard side of the Ark.
The stock market.
Yeah, for real. I thought solar was going to be the way to go.
To Earth's yellow sun.
And you don't have a problem with that? How does he fly at night?
A combination of the moon's solar reflection and the energy storage capacity of Kryptonian skin cells.
Came from?
From the solar nebula.
Right. Anything more current than that? Airline.
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 It's like they left in a hurry, but they didn't take their cars.
Cab to the airport. Eric, see if there's any airline reservations under their names.
The dead woman's name is Sharon Walker. According to airline records, she was traveling with a man we think is carrying the virus, Jared Prodman.
So Pan American World Airways.
Pan American.
La meilleure compagnie aérienne de tous les temps. The best airline that ever will be.
Who is it? One of the airlines? I heard a jet went off the runway at O'Hare.
No.
That stuff's bullshit. I once ordered the extra tall carry-on bag, and it was too extra tall to fit in the overhead compartment, so they made me check it. Then the airline lost the bag.
The only reason I'd buy a plane ticket under my name with my credit card is if I wanted someone to think I'd left the country.
The airline confirmed that he got on the plane.
The airline confirmed someone with Holt's ticket got on the plane.
Oceanic Airlines, Flight 815. I'm Syed Jarrah.
Guy's got nerves of steel, man. He survives a full-on commercial airliner crash. Now he's back flying over the same South Pacific.
Yeah, well, I flew down to bring his body back, but then the airline lost it.
I regret nothing except this part.
This is the last airline that would take us.